Hello, this is Pastor Rick, and I want to welcome you to the Sunday Forum on this second week of Advent. Now, it is the second week of Advent if you're watching this during the week. But if you watch it on Sunday, it's the third Sunday of Advent where we light the pink candle. And that is the candle of joy. And so, again, it's the second week of Advent. It's also the third week of Advent, depending on when you watch our film. But we're glad that you joined us for the Sunday Forum, as we're going to go over now to the Media Center, and we're going to watch this beautiful Advent service, which is a wonderful tradition here in Emmanuel from Holden Village. Please enjoy the worship and join in and sing devotionally this beautiful evening service. We've put together this Advent video to help with your home devotion. So light another candle on your Advent wreath and join in on these beautiful songs that are part of our Holden evening worship, part of a 20-year tradition of doing this service in the evening during Advent. And you'll notice that we'll pick up on the theme, especially in the first song, of the role of light, light shining in the darkness. This comes from Holden. Holden Village is a Lutheran retreat center in the Cascade Mountains in Washington. It's a very remote place. It was actually at one time one of the largest copper mines in the United States. And when that copper mine was no longer profitable, they sold the camp to a Lutheran leader for $1. It's very remote. It's hard to get there. And they are known for their creativity, for their liturgies, and for their worship. And so we thank them for this beautiful evening prayer. And now we'll have Pastor Steve and Deacon Joyce lead us in the first song about light. Sing along.
Joyous light of heavenly glory, loving glow of God's own face, you who sing creation's story, shine on every land and race. Now as evening falls around us, we shall raise our songs to you. God of daybreak, God of shadows, come and light our hearts anew. In the stars that grace the darkness, in the blazing sun of dawn, of the light of peace and wisdom, we can hear your quiet song. Love that fills the night with wonder, love that warms the weary soul, love that bursts all chains asunder, set us free and make us whole. You who made the heaven's splendor, every dancing star of night, make us shine with gentle justice, each reflect your light. Mighty God of all creation, gentle Christ who lights our way, loving Spirit of salvation, lead us on to endless day.
Wasn't that a beautiful song? Now we want to also talk about another spiritual tradition who also has a festival, a celebration of lights during this time. And that, of course, are our friends the Jews who have Hanukkah, celebrate Hanukkah during this time. And to really grasp Hanukkah, at least in my own mind, it's not as much a religious festival, it is, but it's more like our 4th of July. It's a Declaration of Independence. To understand the festival, you have to go all the way back to Alexander the Great. And you remember he conquered most of the known world at that time. And after his death, not one person could hold it, so the whole world was divided up by his generals. And part of, Syria and Greece, one of the governors took over the area of Israel. And so that's where the story begins. The father, Antiochus III, treated the Jews relatively well, but his son did not. And he felt that the constant uprisings of the Jews was because of their religion. And so, to force them to conform, he forbade the worship, their traditional worship of Yahweh, and he forced them to worship the Greek gods. In fact, he took and changed the altar in the Holy of Holies in the temple and made it an altar to Zeus and sacrificed the whole herd of pigs in the temple. You can imagine how people responded. They were upset. And that's what we read in Daniel chapters 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And they call it the abomination, the great abomination. And that was first, again, referring to this period. And people rose up. If you know the Maccabees, if you read it in the Roman Catholic Bible, that's all this uprising to win back their state and to win back their religion. And that happens in 164. And to celebrate this rededication of the temple, they had to clean it out from all which had happened before. To celebrate that moment, we have then Hanukkah. So it's interesting, Hanukkah does not exist in the Torah, but we know that Jesus celebrated Hanukkah. In John chapter 10, it says that Jesus went to the temple for this celebration of the rededication of the temple. And that then has passed on to our Jewish friends who now spend the 8 days, because when they dedicated the temple, they only had enough oil for one day, but they said, we'll light the candles in the temple, but then that candle burned not for one day, but for 8 days. And that's why we have this new menorah. Normal menorahs have 7 candles. This has 9, so 8 candles for the 8 days, the oil burnt, and then 1 is the servant candle used to light the other 8 candles, 1 candle for each day of Hanukkah. And so now we want to sing our own song with our own festival of lights. Once again, join in with Pastor Steve and Deacon Joyce as we sing this wonderful praise about our own prayers rising up before the Lord like incense. Join in and worship along.
Let my prayer rise up like incense before you, the lifting up of my hands as an offering to you. O God, I call to you, come to me now. Oh, hear my voice when I cry to you. Let my prayer rise up like incense before you, the lifting up of my hands as an offering to you. Keep watch within me, God, deep in my heart may the light of your love be burning bright. Let my prayer rise up like incense before you, the lifting up of my hands as an offering to you. Oh, praise to the God of all, creator of life. All praise to the Christ and the Spirit of love. Let my prayer rise up like incense before you, the lifting up of my hands as an offering to you.
So thank you for joining us on the Sunday Forum on this second and third Sunday of Advent, depending on when you watch this film. Thanks for joining along, and we pray for your worship at home. Light the candles, lift up your own prayers like incense before the Lord. Bye-bye now.
Let's learn how to light the menorah together.
First, we light the shamash, the tallest candle. Then together we say 2 blessings, one for lighting candles and one for miracles.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim lavotenu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh.
If it's the first night of Chanukah, we add a third special blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyemanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.